Hi folks, Kenny the Vaping Heed back again with another review. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you all doing? Sorry it's been a little while since I've posted, but you know, like I've said in the past, you know, it's got to be something that interests me. So, you know, if you're new to the channel, etc., do the magic stuff, you know, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the share button, and also please feel free to leave a comment because I love to hear from you and I will try and reply to them all. So without further ado, today we are looking at the Blotto by the Vaping, Bogan and dovpo. I believe that is. Have I got that right? I haven't cocked it up. No, yep, dovpo it is. Yeah, this is the Bogan's little recent release. It's not entirely down to the Bogan, that's Sam I think they call him. dovpo had an idea. They took it to the Bogan, asked him to put his little stamp on it, and he certainly has. Likes his beer, so it's all like bottle top and you know the big bubble glass on and everything. So what we'll do the usual: get down, pull it all apart, have a look at it, get a build on it. And then come back up and that's how I think. So in the meantime we're going to roll the brawl. Yeah, see you very soon.
Sick on you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wanna know what it's like them to live with you? Some kind of suicide, some phase that I'm through. I ain't sadistic, masochistic, you and me are through. I'm sick to death of everything you do. And if you're gonna have a few, bet you'll have to pick on you. Gonna be sick on you. Gonna be sick on you. Gonna be sick on you. Down your face, you brush your legs and your shoes. Sick on you. Give it to me, baby, give it to me, baby, give it to me, baby. Woo! Of everything you do. And if we're gonna have a cute, I should not hear on you.
Right folks, here we are down at the table with the Blotto by the Vaping, Bogan and dovpo. Excuse me. This is a different box from what you see from the other reviews, because the other reviewers have normally got the non-EU and the non-UK packaging. So this is the UK packaging. When you buy this in the UK or the EU countries, you will get this fella. And this fella basically is your two bubble tubes that come with it. Sorry the box is a bit battered like, but you know, it's just it's kind of like we are got. And what you've got inside here is your two bubble glasses. You've got one Ultim bubble glass, or Ultim, whatever you pronounce it, and one clear bubble glass. So I'm going to leave that one out because I'll be putting that one on when we sort this thing out. So what we have now is this fella. So on the front of the box, got a clear window. Product contains nicotine. On the top of the box, you've got the Bogan, Blotto RTA, all your barcodes, etc. Vaping, Bogan, Blotto. On the back, basically have some writing here. Basically dripper flavour, dual single coil, 242 degrees of airflow, 2 milli capacity in the standard glass with 6 milli in the bubble, dual diffusion airflow system, glass and Ultim bubble windows plus flat glass, easy filling, and you get a bottle opener. So basically that is that. So when we look inside the box, lift this out, no whole thing comes out here, and basically the other stuff you get in the box is, if I can get it out, you have the destruction manual, which is very basic. There's no details or specs of the tank in, so I think they could have done a bit better with that, but there you go. The a bottle opener. As you know, the bogan does like a beer, so this is your little bottle opener. This bit here is supposed to be for cutting your coil legs. I've got a coil handy, I'll show you. So you put your coil under there, push it up against there, and you cut, and that's supposed to be your leg length. I find it a tad long, but you know, that's just me. Usual O-rings and your tri screwdriver, and finally, last but not least, is your QC card. So basically, not really much in it. I would like to have seen maybe a couple of coils added in or something, you know what I mean, seen the bogan legs, all that kind of stuff, but we'll just put that to the side. And now we'll look at this fella. Here we have the tank itself. On the top, he has gone for this bottle opener type look. It looks like the top of a beer bottle, which is the bogan touch, I suppose. He's got his logo on the chimney there. But the dip tip is 810, so you can put your own on. You can see that in there. Put your own drip tips on. To fill this thing, it's just like a bayonet fitting. It's just like half a turn or so. See, you've got the little legs in there, the little latches in there, and that just, you know, just locks in there to place. See, what your chimney. This is your airflow down here. Very fine. Buttery smooth as well. I mean, absolutely just the right resistance. On the bottom, you've got your usual Blotto, bogan, CE marks, signature, and I've got number 3279 on the model number, or serial number as I should say. So, get the deck, unscrew the bottom like you do with most. One thing I would like to point out with this, if you need any point to change your wicks or your coils or something, you are going to need to make sure your tank is empty, because this just sits loosely. It is sealed when it's screwed together. So basically, if you need to do anything, you need to drain your tank before you can do anything, i.e. re-wicking or whatever, you know what I mean? So that to me could be a bit of a con, but there we go. But anyway, quick look at the deck here. See, Tars. Let's see if we can, hang on, see if we can zoom in a bit here so I can show you what's going on. What's that? Oh, there you go. Basically, that is it. You've got positive, judging by, see what the peak insulator there, so you've got a positive block, negative block, positive block, negative block. Oh god, I keep running off this camera. There you are. I'll do that again. So you've got positive block, negative block, positive block, negative block. It goes like that kind of shape, your positive. That's your bottom airflow, this is your side airflow. 4 posts, they are pretty decent size, so you can get some decent size stuff in. Let's see, we get air around here. This is your wicking ports here, where you drop your wicks in, and you've got like a little well under there. It's like a little juice well. You know, coil here, coil here. If you're going to dual it, if you're going to single it, coil in there. You know, you can get probably something like a 3.5, 4 milli coil in there, easy. The only thing is, when you do single coil it, you're going to have to put a leg here and a leg there, because obviously the positive, negative, positive, negatives there. So you can't like put one leg there, one leg there, because you're not going to make the circuit. So I think what we'll do, we'll chuck a build in and see where we're going from there, yeah? So we'll plonk this down here. We'll get me, if you bear with us, I need to get an addy stand of some sort. Have I got one lying about? I don't know. Have I got one? It doesn't look like it, so I have to use it. Oh, hang on. I've got a laddie stand here I can use just to build on, if you bear with us. There we go. What a knacker, not having stuff ready again. Oh, there you have it. Simple as. A simple question of just undoing your screws, as you normally do. Just bear with us, I'm trying to keep this in the camera. Just undo them all. Now, your leg lengths have got to be pre-cut. Now, like I say, with that bottle opener thing, I think they're a tad long. So I tend to go for either 3 or 4 mil. So I'm going to try 3 mil I think for these. If you bear with us, just get me cutters because they're all wedged in over there. Ow! Just stabbed myself on them bloody pliers. And I am going to be putting these fellas in. You can see them. These are with dovpos, N80s, which is basically that box there, people. That's what they are. First go at these as well, so I'm very interested to see how these go. Yeah, I'm just going to basically cut these at 3 mil. As I think that there is about the right height, to be honest with you, because I do believe that bottle opener does do them a tad long, so I've gone again for 3 mil. Because coil positioning on these is pretty, you've got to be pretty good with it, I suppose. So you get that airflow hitting these coils just right. Well, there we go, got them cut at 3 mil. Case of now just getting the drop in and nip them up type of thing. If you just bear with me, I just get that one dropped somewhere near, as I do like to give myself a little bit of room so I can pull them up, if you know what I mean. Sorry I'm going to be blocking you out of the view a bit, but just till I get them in, you can see exactly where I'm at. Yeah, it's not too bad. I'll get my 3 milli coily rod, so I can just use this to straighten them up a bit. It's a tight 3 mil and all, I'll tell you that much. Jesus. Whoop. Oh, wow. I'm not impressed with that. That's a bit tight for my liking, like. Jesus Christ, is it not? I'm going to go fucking smaller. Bloody hell, that's nowhere near that. Use my screwdriver. There we go. I'll get that bit in so I can get the other one in. There we go. Sorry, I'm drifting a bit off camera a bit, darlings. Darlings? What the hell is all that? Darlings, yeah. Very posh, eh? One moment, so I can get these to, let's say, just get them pointing in the right direction. I mean, it is a little bit tight, I think. It's a bit of a small deck as well, you know what I mean? It's, I'm sorry I'm drifting all over on here a bit, people, because it's just, I haven't got much room on my table today because it's full of junk. Let's see, just get them nipped in. Oh God, come on, that's it. Like that. Over there like that. Now that's... Oh, I know I'm off camera again. Sorry about that, folks. Well, there's probably not quite where I want it, but you're looking somewhere. I mean, you want them reasonably close as you can to those side airflows. And I'd say that there isn't too far away, if you can just see that there. Camera today, I'm terrible today on the camera. Maybe I'm just zoomed in a bit too much, but that's probably what you're going for. You want them just tucked in there. Nicely, obviously straighten that one out a bit again, it's a bit cockeyed, but that's what we're going for, yeah. So, what we'll do now, I'll get a mod. Just whop this on a mod. We'll get these burnt in a bit. Ooh, I'm not going to do that. That's too high. I just want to pulse these in gently. About the 50 watt mark. I'll get me little nylon pliers and we'll give it a bash, yeah? So just get them nicely pulsing. Oh, hang on. Yes, it's a new build. Yes, thank you. Here we go. These nicely pulsed in. They're nicely glowing. And a little tweak. Pinch as well. Ooh, a little bit of a hotty one there, no. Oh, still a bit of a hot. There we go, glowing from the inside out. That's just nice, that. That is just bloody lovely, that is. So, get them to cool down. And the next thing is wicking. It's pretty straightforward. I tend to use more of the dam type method. It's just, you know, it's one of those ones, if you overstuff it, you'll choke it. Obviously, if you don't put enough in, you're going to flood your deck out. And I'm now trying to cut wicks with blunt scissors, so this is just getting better and better as this review goes on, isn't it, people? So, I'm just using a bit of Muji here, if you bear with. I'm just getting all the backs and everything off there now, just that's it. Right, we'll just come in here and give this a twist, pinch and twist. Then we're okay now, nice and cool. Whop this fella through here, like so, and just back it off, let it settle in nicely. There you go, that's the first one in. The second one peeled off. God, I'm just not organised today, people, at all. Maybe I've had enough coffee or something, I don't know, but got this one here nicely sorted now. Pinch and twist this fella. He's not going to gan, is he, this fella? He's just a bit thick by the looks of it, we'll see. We're there. Yeah, we're there. That's it. Right, so once you're in like so. What I do, you see this bit here? This is where I go, is to here. I wedge the ring there. So all I do, push them down, put a mark with your scissors or a nail, whichever. I've got no nails, so I use my scissors. And what you'll end up with is a little groove like that. And all you do is just cut slightly behind the groove, like so. And there you go. You can guess, you can guess the other side, but I just still kind of just, that's the way I do it. Period. I just gone in, mark it up the ring where the scissors are. There's my little groove there, and then just sit nicely behind it like so. Oop, yeah, bugger. These scissors are really crap now, they're getting really blunt. Basically you have something like that. That needs trimming off a little bit more because I've missed a bit. And there you go. Basically you have something like that. And what I tend to do is, because I've cotton expands, I put a bit of juice on them. So let's whack that on. And by the way, I am using Max VG juice, which I'll give you a quick shout out again. There you go, the Cherry Cake Dodgers by Butter Vapes. I'm a fan of this stuff. Just give these a little bit of a soak. Obviously put a bit on the coils as well to help. And then basically you just tuck this in down here. I tend to go from the bottom like that and just whack it in, bring it in. I'm just kind of damming it a bit, like a half dam. I mean, you've got to make sure you fill all this part with cotton, otherwise it will, there's any gaps it will come through. It'll flood your deck. Sorry, the deck. We'll get your words okay. Well, that's it. You just tuck it in like that. As you can see, I've probably got maybe there's a little bit coming under there, just a touch. That's all you need. Especially if you're using 100% VG, max VG. Sorry, 100%. You get 100%, can you? Never mind. Again, just tuck it in. Don't force it. Just tuck it till you fill the holes. Again, say partial dam. You can have a little bit sticking through, and you end up with something like that. Yeah. Lovely jubbly. Now it's just a case of whacking some more juice on. Giving a bit of a fire, get it all nicely soaked. There's plenty of vapour coming off that now. So, if I take this off here now, now I'm going to put the bubble glass on, which is basically, like I say, that sits on there. Just sit it nicely, and obviously you bring your other bit in, your chimney, give them a little wiggle, and then just start to turn them down and nip it together. Different, obviously, I mean, get it nipped, but not ridiculously nipped, you know what I mean? That's all you want, just a little nip like that. That's basically it there, and we'll just we'll fill the rest of this fella up. God, I'm really sorry I made a bit of a balls of this up today, people. I'm really apologise. Just I'm all to hell today. I'm going to be coffee or something. Or there you go. This does take, you know, a 6 ml of juice. It'll last you a fair bit, this fella. So that's basically that filled up. Put your top on. Again, just back it off, nip it in, and there you go. That there is now ready to go. I'll put it back on this mod. That's what you're looking at, people. So we'll go back up top. I'll give my thoughts after I've cleaned all this crap up. So like I say, get back up top, give this bad boy a vape, and I'll give you my thoughts. Yeah, so I shall see you in a bit. Cheers. Right folks, here we are back up top with the Blotto by the Bogan and Dovpo. I'm rocking my usual, the old cherry cake Dodgers. Well, a couple of them with dovpo coils in that you've seen down the table. They're actually coming out at about 0.1, so that's not too bad. I've got it 70 watts, so let's have a little toot there. Wow. Flavour of this is absolutely stunning. Awesome, awesome, awesome. That's really good. Now I need another one. Well, that's just an example of the Wicken. The Wicken's spot on. Thoughts on it? Any bad points? Not really. Maybe one. That glass, with it being pressed together when you screw it together, and so it's resting on the seals. It does the job, it seals, but obviously if you need to do anything on the tank, like rewick, whatever, you need to drain that tank. That could be a bit of a con, you know. Rather have one where, you know, it's getting a hold of it, or the O-ring is sitting inside the glass, so you can take the top off, it's still got juice in, you can work on your deck. So that's probably, if anything, the only con really. The deck itself, it is a bit tight. It is a little small, and it can be a little bit fiddly. I've got 3 mil coils in there, that's probably your max. No bigger than 3 mil. You're not going to have any room. You know, you risk touching the side, shorting out, etc. And I must say that with the 3 milli inner diameter coils, you do have to be careful what kind of coil you put in. If you put big exotic coils in that's got big thick walls, you know, it's going to be a bigger OD, a bigger like outside diameter, so therefore that could make it tighter again. These are triple claw fused Claptons NI80s with dovpos. First time I've tried these as well, so rather impressed with these as well. But yeah, that's something to look out for. 2.5mm coils are pretty good in this as well. I've had the 2.5s in, they're excellent. I I think you just get that little bit more airflow with the smaller coils, and obviously it's not taking up as much room, and you got a bit more air through, because it is restrictive. It's not good. It's pretty restrictive airflow. Hence why you're getting the good flavour. Like I say, you can close it off, but I've got it fully open there, and it's absolutely spot on for me. Single coil, it does work fine on a single coil. I've had a 4mm in. There's still in plenty-ish room, but I wouldn't go no bigger than a 4. Just to allow for your wicking, because obviously you've got to fill them channels with the wick, and they do take quite a bit of wick. But to me, this is an out-and-out dual coiler. You get the best from this tank with it being a dual coiler. The flavour's absolutely immense of it. And I like the juice capacity as well, the 6mm juice capacity. I like the bottle top design on it. It's different. And I'm just pleased that somebody's actually starting to bring this stuff back out again this year, instead of the mountain of pods and pod systems we're seeing. I'm really pleased we're getting back, to the good old vaping stuff. The tanks, the Addies, all that stuff. Because this year's been a bad year for this stuff. There hasn't been a lot come out. So, I think this year will be remembered for the year of the pod. Like the day of the Triffids, the day of the pod. That kind of shit. But all in all, awesome tank. I need another vape on it. It's absolutely mint. I've got it sitting on the voice I was kind of funny, didn't it, when you got a gob full of vape? I've got it sitting on the Lost Vape Paranormal, because basically this is the only mod that I've got that's gunmetal that kind of matches up with it, so still a good mod, this, like, obviously. My J class is sitting there, but I think the board's gone again on it, so another J class died, but that's another story. But back to this fantastic piece of kit. Thoroughly enjoying it. Would I recommend it? Definitely recommend it. If you like your rebuildables, this is probably one, if not the best, dual coil tank out this year. I would definitely say it. I would definitely rate it that high. Pretty much because A, it is good, and B, hasn't been anything much else really to shout out about. So yeah, like I said, Sam did have some input. The original design was by dovpo, but they went over to Sam the Vaping Bogan to put his stamp on it. He's certainly done that. He's certainly done a good job with the deck and everything. So yeah, Vaping Bogan, another good one. Before I've started gushing out this even more, I think we'll just end this now, and I'll call this one a day. So I've been Kenny the Vaping Heed. Stay safe, vape safe. I'll see you all very soon in the next one. Cheers now. Bye.